I love you.
I love you.
Hello and good early morning around the Scarborough, Toronto area, or as we like to call it, the GTA. Welcome, everybody. We're here again for our Wednesday session of A Team. We've got two more episodes to review today. We have 2 more weeks left. Next week will be episodes 10 and 11 during my birthday week. And then on the following week will be episodes 12 and 13, the very last two episodes that were aired in A Team. And then I'll just give you a very uh, non-acceptance grade of the A Team reboot movie, which came out in 2010. Liam Neeson and Bradley Cooper. And after seeing it a few times, it's not going to be good news. It's going to be bad. All right. Hey, Mikey. Welcome, Kevin Theme Park Adventures. And you are first. Welcome, welcome. Big wave there to you, my friend. So you are number one in the top fan list. It's a running gag, Kevin. But yeah, thank you for coming. Thank you for being here first. Appreciate that. My wife will be in the chat, of course. Suzanne, watching over everybody. Please just be civil. That's all we ask. No hurt feelings or anything. And if you do want to air out some stuff, you're fine. Go ahead. Just let us know. We'll try to help you. Try to help you out. All right. So let's go ahead and, well, I kind of am saying I want to get this over with. But, yeah. So it gives me time to rest later on today. Let's see here. Okay. So, episode 8 of season 5 was called Family Reunion, and that premiered on Friday, November 14th, 1986. I think they knew, with about 5 episodes left in this series, that the death knell was coming. I think they knew. Okay. About 298 people voted on this. So they gave it about a B grade, 7 out of 10. Or actually, I'm sorry, not a B grade, a C grade. I agree with them, so about a C grade on that. Also, Point of No Return, which is episode 9's title, that came out Friday, November 21st, week later, and some days before Thanksgiving in 1986. Believe me, when this show ended out just after Thanksgiving, it was not a Thanksgiving at all. It was very depressing. And 6.6 out of 10 grade from 285 people. So yeah, that's close to a C. I'll just go ahead and give a C for each grade. I mean, a C grade for each episode. Sounds about right. Okay, so let's take a look at the first one here, Family Reunion. Okay, on Thanksgiving, General Stockwell, played by Robert Vaughn, orders the A team. Hold on just a sec. There we go. General Stockwell orders the A team to reunite a wanted criminal, A.J. Bancroft, with his daughter Ellen within 24 hours. In return, Bancroft will provide evidence that could bring down half the crooked politicians in Washington, D.C. Bancroft, who is terminally ill, has not seen his daughter in 20 years. However, Ellen knows all about him from the papers. But the old man has another reason to hire the A team specifically. He tells Murdoch that Templeton Peck was born Richard Bancroft, his son. Oh, yeah, this is the one where, from season 5, where, Murdoch doesn't even tell, spoiler a little bit, doesn't even tell, Face until later after Bancroft dies. Spoiler alerts. Sorry. I couldn't resist. And then there's a real rapport, a real argument between Face and Murdoch, which is stellar. But I think they had to come up with a dramatic episode type to try to save the season. They couldn't. Not even this episode could save the season, or the rest of the series for A Team. So, yeah, kind of too little, too late. I agree. Yeah, not always good. James Darren. Now we did lose James Darren quite a long time, or just a few years ago. Remember, he was the hologram bartender and singer on Deep Space Nine. Well, James Darren directed this episode. Also, probably for the one time, I think. Lupo and Cannell, of course, wrote it, but Stephen L. Sears was another writer that helped out. So, of course, we have the general four, of Papard, Benedict, Schultz, and Mr. T. But unfortunately, yes, we added Eddie Velez, who was Frankie Santana. As we've all said, he was the Oliver of season 5 of the A Team and brought it down. And Robert Vaughn, of course, as General Stockwell. Okay, so we're going to look at the two Bancrofts. We're going to look at Jeff Corey, who plays A.J. Bancroft, supposedly Faceman's dad. And then we've got Claire Kirk Connell as Ellen Bancroft, the daughter. Very cool. And let's see. All right. And there's a couple other people here also. So very cool. Even an actor named Dick Warlock. That sounds hilarious. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the trivia. All right. Whoops. Hello. I hate all these ads popping up. Okay. Television viewers got to choose the ending of this episode, whether A.J. Bancroft is Faceman's real father or not, by voting on a call-in line. It's revealed in this episode that Murdoch has a pet hamster called Roger. Cool. All right, let's take a look at the goofs. Okay, in continuity, AJ says that Face's real name is Richard Bancroft. According to the Mind Games episode from 1985, his real name is Alvin Bernard. So it's not Bancroft. Okay, in a miscellaneous goof, when at the burger joint, there is a visible Wendy's Big Classic sign on the side of the building, but the burger place is called something else on the show. Wow. They took over a Wendy's? Wow. Errors in geography. Okay, that's the last one. After they arrive in Florida, it shows some mountains in the background. There are no mountains like that in Florida. Oh, man. Yeah, that's pretty big. Oh, Larry, there's a mountain outside of the Keys. Yeah, let's go play on that mountain. Sure, no problem. Oh, man, it's just so funny. It's hilarious. Okay. Alrighty. So, again, you might recognize of the locations. You might recognize Santa Clarita, California. And Suzanne and I did actually drive through there, and it is beautiful country. And they did do a lot of outdoor country-esque, I'd like to say, outdoor forest country-esque land area there for a lot of the A-Team episodes. So, yeah, it's beautiful. Marina del Rey, California is also a location. And the place they're supposed to be at is the Warehouse Restaurant, which is in Marina del Rey at 4499 Emeralty Way and around the general LA area. And then, of course, the auto repair shop and the vehicle chases and stunts on roads was done in Paramount Ranch, part of the Paramount Pictures locale, right there in Agora, California, 2813 Cornell Road. And the Lake House hideout is right there at Malibu Lake in California. So very cool. Okay. No soundtracks, of course. All right, let's take a look at the cast and crew. And I will get to the chat as soon as I'm done with the second episode look over there. And also, remember, I'm just talking about the people. Okay. Yeah, so I promise to try to go as quick as possible so I can get to the chat and talk to everybody. All right, so let's look at Jeff Corey. And unfortunately, we did lose Jeff Corey back in 2002, not only an actor, but also director and additional crew. And let's see. Okay, he was in a movie, he appeared in a movie called Getting Straight back in 1970 with Elliot Gould. And Jeff Corey was a film and television character actor, as well as one of the top acting teachers in America. He was born August 10th, 1914 in New York City. He died August 8th or 16th in 2002. He was 88 years of age. He was born Arthur Zwerling on August 10th there in New York to Mary Peskin, who was a Russian Jewish immigrant, and Nathan Zwerling, an Austrian Jewish immigrant. He was an indifferent student, but after taking a drama class in high school, young Corey became hooked. Very cool. Alrighty. Okay, so in let's see here. Okay, in 1969, he did appear in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. We had just recently talked about, Robert Redford, who did pass away, unfortunately, earlier yesterday at the age of 89 years old. In that movie, he played Sheriff Bledsoe. And then he also appeared in the Western True Grit with the late John Wayne, where he plays Tom Chaney. And he says, "Tom Chaney, you son of a bitch." And then he goes after him. Yeah. And then in 1970, he did 2 movies. He was in Little Big Man, which featured Dustin Hoffman, I think, for the first time, where he played Wild Bill Hickok. And also in 1970, he played Caspe in the second movie in the franchise, Beneath the Planet of the Apes, there in 70. All right. According to IMDb background information, the last either TV or movie he worked in was called The District. He played Vernon Stanley in that. It was a TV series in the year 2000. And it was from season 1, episode 8, called The Jackal. Very cool. All right, so that's Jeff Corey. Oh, yes, and before that, in 2000, he did appear in one episode of Charmed, where he played a council member. That was in season 2, episode 22, called Be Careful What You Wish. Not wish, witch, W-I-T-C-H. Be careful what you witch for. Okay, very cool. All right, so that was Jeff Corey's mini bio. Rest in peace, our friend. All righty. And now we'll take a look at his daughter in the episode, played by Claire Kirkconnell. Okay, according to our information here, Claire is still alive. Very cool. She was in a movie called Dead Heat in 1988, which featured Joe Piscopo from the SCTV and Saturday Night Live crews. Let's see. She was born on Christmas Day, 1953. So she is 71 years of age. Very cool. I bet it's really difficult for her to celebrate both happy birthday and hi, Merry Christmas. I have a few friends like that, that share holidays like that. And Claire Kirkconnell is a painter who shows her work primarily in San Francisco. Yay, my hometown. She has been married to writer-director Douglas Barr since 1984. They have one son who was born in 1989, and after college, she spent several years as a fashion model, traveling the world from bases in New York and Paris. Concurrently, she studied acting and landed several film and television roles, including a 3-year run as the female lead on The Paper Chase, which featured, of course, the late Sir John Houseman. Very great series in 1978. And never abandoning her interest in painting, she's continued her studies and has displayed several of her works in galleries around San Francisco. So that is so cool. Probably at the Palace of Fine Arts, I would imagine. Alrighty, so let's see. Okay, so in 1984 to 1986, she did premiere in 29 episodes of that Paper Chase TV series where she played Rita Harriman. Okay. Then in 1986, she did appear in one episode of the Steven Spielberg horror TV series Amazing Stories, where she plays Pamela Kelly. And the episode was called Season 2, Episode 11, What If, from 86, as Pamela Kelly. Very cool. Then she appeared, as I said, with Joe Piscopo in a kind of comedy slash drama called Dead Heat, where she played Rebecca Smithers. That was in 1988. And then finally, the other thing she's known for is Playmaker in 1994, where she is a realtor in that movie. And currently, she has worked on 4 episodes. I think she might be retired, semi-retired, because she did go back to painting, as it said. Um, the last information we've got, she worked on a TV miniseries as Mrs. Joan Long. It's called Secret Adventures. That lasted from 1984 or 1994 to 1995. She appeared in season 1 of episode 4, 5, and 3 as Shrug, Snag, and Smash of Secret Adventures in 94. And then in 95, she was in something called Secret Adventures Split. And like I said, for all 4 episodes, she played Mrs. Joan Long. Okay. So very cool. All right. Well, let's go ahead and, get back to the chat here. And then we'll get on to the second one. Here we go. All right. So the next one, like I said, is called Point of No Return. All right. All right. So Kevin said, "Hey, Mikey, I am first and waving." And Jay Aldridge says, "Howdy. Hello, Brother Jay." Brother Jay, he is from Louisiana with the wonderful partner of his, Miss Leanna. Welcome, Jay. Good to see you, sir. Kevin says, "Hey, Jay." Jay says, "Hey, Kevin." And hello. Late lunch? Yes, PvP, it is. It is a late lunch. Yes, sir, it is. And PvP says, "Hi, guys." Hey, that was a great stream there, Jay, PvP. Kevin, you might have missed it. I didn't see you there, sir, but it was a pretty good cigar lounge by Gorilla. I'm just so sad I couldn't join. And I won't be able to join, like I said, streams till at least the 1st of October. So, but that's for, that's for safety. That's just, we don't want anybody to know any of our private information on another phone that I did have hooked to it. And unfortunately, this dumb homeless man did call my parents a few times and, said weird things. Of course, luckily my parents blocked his calls before he could even get through. But yeah. And then we had to tell my parents, we had to admit somebody had pickpocketed us, and it was a freaking mess. It really truly was. Yeah, good Gorilla stream. It was. And we should get back on. I will try PvP. Can't promise it all for this month. I can't say yes on this month at all. October, probably, yes, but not this month. No, definitely not. Be careful. I'm going to be careful. Yes, both of us are. We're going to go out and celebrate my we're going to celebrate my birthday on the 22nd. I know Suzanne wants to get us a couple of pizzas, so that's what we're going to do. Hopefully we can. And a nice little cake. And then then on the 30th of September, we're both going to go out. We're going to go to Mandarin. We haven't been there in a while. It's a really nice Asian buffet restaurant for us. And then we're going to go see a movie. So, yeah, it should be a lot of fun. And we got a couple things coming up this month. So we're going to have more time to each other. That'll be good. And hopefully my parents' gifts and one of my sisters was sending me a birthday gift. I hope they come through tomorrow. That kind of depends on what we do next week. But regardless, we're still going to have a webcam on that Monday, the 22nd. Me and Suzanne will celebrate together with all you folks. And you can ask us any questions you want to the two of us in the chat, for my birthday. I turned the big 6-0. 6-0, baby. 6-0. Yep, that is what I am. Let's see. Kevin's got that number 1 spot. There's PvP. PvP. was 3. Now he moved to 2, and Mr. J was 2, and now he's 3. Back and forth. Yeah, lots of fun. Okay, so let's take a look at the second episode here. All right. Okay. Using the call sign Empress 7, Hannibal Smith has disappeared on a solo mission for General Stockwell in Hong Kong involving a plutonium theft. Naturally, the A-Team wants to go get him, but Stockwell, an expert on the region, insists on leading the mission. They soon find Alice Heath, who was working with Hannibal on the case, but no sign of the Colonel himself. Face and Murdoch, Empress 8 and 9, do some investigating of their own and meet a young street peddler called Bobby. Cool. Alrighty. Well, let's go into this then. Hey, don't show that. All right. So the director of this episode was Bob Brawl? Oh, it's an L. Okay. Brolver. Bob Brolver. Somebody I've never heard of. Of course, Frank Lupo, Stephen J. Cannell wrote it, and Bert Pearl also helped write the episode. And, of course, the same 5. Robert Vaughn, of course. All right, so we're going to look at 2 of the Asian actors we're familiar with from this episode. And, of course, Carla again, Judith Ledford, who we already talked about. We're going to look at Rosalind Chow. Now, we've already talked about Soon Tek-o, so I think we'll just leave him. But we're going to look at Rosalind Chow, who plays Alice Heath. And then we're going to look at Dustin Nguyen, who plays Bobby. So, yeah, we're going to look at those 2. Alrighty. Let's see here. Trivia. Okay. Towards the end of the series, George Peppard and Mr. T began going home earlier and earlier in the day, leaving most of the work to Dirk Benedict and Dwight Schultz. In this episode, Hannibal is missing for most of its running time, and B.A. hardly ever appears in the same shot with the other cast members. It would seem all of his scenes were shot separately. Rosalind Chow and Dwight Schultz both appeared later on Star Trek The Next Generation. As you know, Schultz became Lieutenant Barclay, and Rosalind Chow became, Chief Engineer O'Brien's wife. So, yeah, very cool. Bobby delivered Hannibal's infamous line, "I love it when a plan comes together." You can tell by the frustration and anger on George Peppard's facial expression that he wasn't amused by it at all. Okay, here is a spoiler. And remember, if you haven't seen this episode and would like to, go ahead and put your hands over your ears, and then when we're done, I'll just let you know. Okay, it's not very long. When coming into close contact to a man exposed to plutonium, Face, Murdoch, Frankie, and Stockwell are also exposed, but not fatally. Murdoch, however, is insistent he has received a fatal dose. In the movie Fat Man and Little Boy, Dwight Schultz played J. Robert Oppenheimer in that TV documentary drama, the leader of the Manhattan Project, responsible for developing the atom bomb for the United States during World War II. And then, of course, we had Cillian Murphy, who played Oppenheimer in that movie that won the Oscar for Best Picture a few years ago, which Suzanne and I saw. It's actually very good. It also featured Matt Damon in it. So yeah, it was actually pretty good. I liked it. And she liked it. So yeah, we both did. Okay, let's take a look at the goofs. Alrighty. And it looks like let's see here. Okay. First of all, there's a continuity error. When Murdoch pans the camera on Hannibal, Hannibal is lying, unmoving, facing away from the security camera. Murdoch then zooms in, and the angle on Hannibal's face has changed. Okay, you can take your hands off your ears. Sorry, I almost forgot to tell you guys. Okay, when Hannibal, we have a couple of revealing mistakes then. When Hannibal is working dials for the audio surveillance, in addition to the microphone mixing panel he was operating, control transceiver, which would not be used for this type of work. Near the beginning, at the house in Langley, it is very obvious in the establishing shot of the room that while all other actors are there in person, being portrayed by their principal actors, B.A. is a mannequin seen only from behind. For the rest of the scene, Mr. T plays B.A., but only in close-up with no other characters in shot. There is a U.S. flag visible in the background when the team is headed to Pier 26. Also, there is a U.S.-style street sign, Pacific Avenue, visible during one of the scenes, possibly filmed in San Francisco's Chinatown. And here's the spoiler. When Face disguises himself as an old Chinese man, the black straps for his fake gray beard are visible. Yikes. Okay, and finally, there is an error in geography. In a store where a person is looking at postcards, supposedly in Hong Kong, the postcard he pauses at shows greetings from San Fernando Valley. Oh boy. Okay. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and take a look at the filming and production. Okay. Stock footage was done of Hong Kong, China, but they did film around the Port of Los Angeles there in LA, and some stock footage was done of the Valley of the Temples Memorial Park, which is at 47-200 Kahekili Highway in Kaneohe, Oahu, Hawaii. That's some stock footage. I've been to that highway with my parents, so yeah, very cool. Okay, well, that's the filming and production. Let's go ahead and take a look at the cast and crew. And we'll take a look first at, let's see here, Rosalind Chow. All right. Rosalind Chow also has worked on background soundtrack, along being an actress. And Rosalind Chow is best known for MASH, the MASH series, the Joy Luck Club movie in 1993, Star Trek, Next Generation, and DS9, What Dreams May Come, and most recently The Laundromat in 2019 and Plus One in 2019. She was born and raised in Orange County, California, where her parents ran a Chinese restaurant and pancake house. Rosalind first began appearing in commercials and television after having been spotted as a small child at her family restaurant. She had also trained and appeared on stage from an early age in the Peking Opera and Chinese ballet. She was born one day after me, September 23rd. Very cool. Okay, and let's see. Four other things that she's known for. Recently, it looks like they updated her recently. Freaky Friday in 2003, which is a reboot. She plays Pepe. Let's see. In 2020 to 22, she worked on 6 episodes of a TV series called Better Things, where she plays Caroline. In 2023 to 24, she worked on 10 episodes of Sweet Tooth, another TV series. And then she plays Helen Zhang in that. And then in a 3-body problem TV series back in 2024 last year, she worked in 6 episodes, and her character was named Ye Wenjie, or Wenji. Okay. Let's see where we got her from, where she was in Star Trek. Like I said, I believe she played, and I want to make sure I'm correct, so just going to go back here and take a look real quick. Okay. Alrighty, then. Let's see here. Wow, she even appeared in Max Headroom for 2 episodes. That's cool. She was Angie Berry. That was in 1987. Okay. Very cool. Alrighty. Let's see. Where am I going to find her? Let's see here. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Oh, they don't, they're incomplete. They don't even have Star Trek listed in here. Interesting. Because I know she played. Uh, I thought she played. Uh, uh, you know, Chief Engineer O'Brien's husband eventually. Huh. Weird. Let's see. 1987 is what I'm thinking of. Oh, she appeared in Aftermath. She was Soon Lee Cleaner. She was the one who married Jamie Farr's Maxwell Cleaner in 2 episodes in 1983. That's what she did. Okay. Well, it says she also appeared in. That's weird. It says she also appeared in Star Trek. That's interesting. She might have worked in the medical ward with Crusher. Ah, here we go. Yeah, she was Keiko O'Brien. I was right. Yeah, she was Keiko, but her original name was Keiko Ishikawa, and then she became Keiko O'Brien after she married, uh, Chief Engineer O'Brien from Star Trek Next Generation. She was in 8 episodes of that from 1991 to 1992. Yeah. And then when they transferred to DS9, there it is. She was in 19 episodes of DS9 from 93 to 99. Very cool. And that is Rosalind Chow. That is awesome. See, I'm pretty good. I can recognize some of these Asian actresses. All right. Okay, now let's take a look at, last but not least for tonight, Dustin Nguyen, who plays Bobby. Okay, Dustin currently works as both an actor, director, and producer. So he's done 3 different things. He did. Oh, they showed an acting reel of him here on IMDb. Okay, after leaving Vietnam with his family in 1975, Dustin Tree Wen or Gwen. Okay, I know some pronounce it Nguyen, but he says Gwen. So I'll just say Dustin Tree Gwen. Okay. He went on to establish himself as one of Hollywood's premier Asian American actors, having starred on the hit TV shows 21 Jump Street, Sequest DSV, that's the late one with Jonathan Brandis, VIP. And then he went on to star in the films The Rebel and The Man with the Iron Fist 2. In 2005, Dustin won the much sought after role in the Australian based, critically acclaimed film Little Fish, starring opposite Academy Award winner Cate Blanchett. And in the film, Dustin plays Johnny. It doesn't give his birth year, but he was born September 17th. So so today is his birthday. How ironic, don't you think? Okay, so let's see. Um, okay, in 2005, like I said, Johnny and Little Fish with Kate. 2019 to 2023, he played Zing for 14 episodes in a TV series called Warrior. In 2023, he was the accidental getaway driver, where he played Tay in that movie. And then in Dope Thief, which is the series currently running, he is Son Pham in 7 episodes of that series. That's going on right now. Cool. Okay. That's on cable, of course, but yeah. Very cool. All right. And in the, let's just quickly mention, in The Man with the Iron Fist 2, he played Lee Kun in that. Kung. Okay. Cool. So that is the current mini bio of Dustin Tree Gwen. Okay, Gwen. All right. Okay, so for next week, next Wednesday, our second to last final episode pair that we're examining, we're looking at episodes 10 and 11. Episode 10 is called The Crystal Skull. Yes, there was a Indiana Jones and Crystal Skull type title, but I don't know if they even predicted back then that this was going to lead to that later on. I don't know. We'll find out. And then episode 11 is called The Spy Who Mugged Me. Boy, talk about your lame titles there. Yeah, I can tell why now I can tell one reason why this series was going downhill. Yeah. All right, so those two are for next week then, during my birthday week here on MikeySuzeFour. All right, cool. So let's see. Let's go back to the beginning here. PvP says, be careful. Hey, PvP. Bradwell says, hi, Mikey. Just popping in to say hello. Oh, it works, so don't tell anyone. Wink, wink. Okay, I kept that to myself. Okay. Thank you, Brad Wolf. Chrono says, hey, Mikey, and all. Hey to CA. Chrono says, hey, Brad Wolf. And hello to Kevin. Who are you talking about there, Mikey? Chrono says, I missed the 80s. Well, we were just talking about Rosalind Chow, who plays Keiko O'Brien, who played Keiko O'Brien on 2 Star Trek series. You know, the wife of Chief Engineer Miles O'Brien. Yeah. Yeah, she was in Star Trek Next Generation, and then the two of them moved over to Star Trek Deep Space Nine. So that's really who we were talking about, was Rosalind Chow. Yeah. Yeah, me too, sir. Kevin says hello to Kronos. Theme parks don't make me barf. Oh no, Kronos. Kevin says, hey, Brad Wolf. I miss the roller coasters. Yeah, chat lives matter to Mikey. Thank you, Kronos. 3 place? I'm a contender. 3rd. Wasn't a fan of Keiko. Some people give Rosalind Chow a bad rap. I really didn't mind her. I thought she was a pretty good actress. And, Miles wanted someone unique, someone who could actually challenge him, not only, emotionally, but challenge him intellectually, spiritually, however you want to go by it. I think Rosalind did a great, fantastic job. I do. To match herself against the O'Brien. And they had a kid together on DS9. You knew that, right? They gave birth to a wonderful young daughter. Yeah. So I liked her. I liked her as Keiko. Worf had to deal with Keiko. Yeah, he did. And she knew how to fight him too. Oh yeah. Yeah, Rose she was no fool. She knew karate, she knew kung fu, she knew some martial arts. I mean, she could handle him. Yeah, Worf was not exactly going to mess with Keiko. Well, when Dr. Bashir and O'Brien always went off in the hologram to go fight the Battle of the Alamo there in Texas, and Keiko was able to stop him a few times and say, "Wait, you got to spend time with your daughter," or "Wait, I'm pregnant. I need help here," and all this other stuff. So before that. So I was very happy with that. She told him where he stood. Yeah. And believe me, O'Brien Miles loved her. He loved Keiko. It was legit. It's a great, and when, like we say, PvP and everybody, when we talk about DS9, which is very cool, having the, space station in the middle of space, and there's the wormhole and everything. But, the interactions between the characters, including Keiko and Miles, was just fantastic. And then having their girl, their daughter. So very cool. Yeah. I like that, Kronos. I'm sorry you weren't a big fan of her, but, some of us did appreciate her. I did. I know I did. Anyway. Yeah, that one DS9 episode was good where the child was lost. Oh, yeah, where they had to go find her. Oh, yes. You're right, Kronos. That is a good episode. I do like that one. Yep. Everybody got together on that. Yes, even Odo. Even Odo had compassion. Rene Auberjonois. Rest in peace. Yeah. So, yeah, it was good. It was good. Okay. Well, folks, we are caught up for this week. Sorry to say, yeah, we're about done here tonight, but we got 6 likes, and of course, I appreciate we still have one person still watching. Probably my beautiful wife, or anybody else that likes to watch. Kronos. Yeah, the child was lost and came back older. Yeah, yeah. I do remember that. I do. I believe me. I do remember that episode. Yeah, it was kind of crazy. Oh, anyway. Well, as everybody knows by now, and I mentioned it a couple times. Once in Gorilla's chat tonight, and then I went over and visited, our friend Jason over there at Sci-Fi Nation's stream. Rebellious Pastry was there. Matt Arnold was there. Jim's Landscape was there. Daniel's Hot Topics was there. Yeah, I felt kind of uncomfortable. And then I know that Jay asked me if he wanted to give us a neutral ground to where I could talk to Jim. I'm really in no mood to do that. I mean, I appreciate the offer, Jay, but honestly, I'm in no mood. No, no, I can't. Because I mean, all it would do is bring me down even more. It'll make Jim thinks he wins, and either way, I'd rather not right now. Okay, please understand. Okay, I love you, Jay. All right, you and Nikki, we love you guys like brother and sister, and we know you guys love one another very deeply, and we care about that because Suzanne and I love each other very deeply. So yeah, but please don't bring Jim in. I don't want to deal with him anymore. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Um, I have, we each have our own reasons. Um, Yeah, Don't Bring Me Down is a song. Don't bring me down. Yeah, ELO. Don't bring me down. Gross. It's not gross. It's a misheard lyric. Everybody thinks it's Don't Bring Me Down, Bruce, but it's not. It's Don't Bring Me Down, Gross. Gross. That's a misheard lyric, by the way. Yes, Don't Bring Me Down. Seen it. I missed that, Kronos. Thank you. Yeah, seen it. Don't bring me down, gross. Don't bring me down, gross. Don't bring me down. And I used to be able to go higher than that. Sorry, Jeff Lynn. I hope I didn't embarrass you. Somewhere out there in the ethereal. Anyway, Jeff Lynn, what a genius. Woohoo! Yeah, woohoo! Thank you, Kronos. Thank you, Max. Okay. All right, so we got those two episodes. Like I said, episode 10, episode 11 next Wednesday. Then the following Wednesday, we have episodes 12 and 13, the final two episodes of the entire series. And like I said, I'm not going to have some very favorable reviews of the 18 movie that came out in 2010 with Liam Neeson and Bradley Cooper and Shelton Copley and, of course, Quentin Rampage Jackson. Ugh, terrible. Anyway, Mike, you're live again. I didn't even know you were live earlier. Yes, sir. Hello, brother Larry. Good to see you, my friend, from Years of Adventures. Yeah, Larry, I can do webcams. I just can't do live streams. Because Gorilla had a cigar lounge earlier. I can't be on it. Because I said, it relies on our phone number, and our phone number's corrupted. So I can't even use it right now. Now, somehow I am able to talk to you on Facebook. We talk to each other on Facebook, so I'm glad about that I'm able to call you and talk to you on that line, and that's good. I'm glad. But yeah, I appeared in the chat with Gorilla. I was not on panel at all, and then I went over to Sci-Fi Nation's spot, Jason, and I didn't appear there at all on panel either. I was down there in the chat, so yeah, we're screwed pretty much, Larry, until the end of this month. Right around the first part of October, should be able to come back. But yeah, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad, Larry. I yesterday, last night, in the early morning, I worked on my TOS episodes I reviewed, and then tonight I just finished up here, season 5, episodes 8 and 9. I only have 4 more episodes to go, my friend, and then the movie, and then that's it. So yeah, don't worry about that, Larry. You got plenty of else stuff to worry about, my brother. Kronos says, "Hey, be yourself and awake and alive." Yes. Larry says, "Hello to Kronos." But you are live right now, or is it pre-recorded? No, this is live. I did put WWS live. This is live. Yeah, this is not pre-recorded for your future amusement. It's live. It is live. It is live. Chronos says he's checking my pulse. Yeah, 60-ish pulses per minute. There we go. Yep. I am not a zombie. I'm not a zombie. I'm a zombie brain. Yeah, no, that's not me. Chronos says I don't like brains. That's okay, but you do have one in your head, Mr. Kronos, and you use it very well. So if you don't like brains, I'm sorry. Just maybe you're not happy with what you came with, but that's okay. Yeah, no, no, I was on the other panels. I was just in the chat. I did not go live with those at all. I can't do that, Larry. I can't do live streams. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, because you said you're doing a webcam, but you didn't go live on the other panels, right? I'm just giving you a hard time. I'm sorry. I'm very tired, and I know you're live. It's not me. It's okay, Larry. Larry, you don't have to apologize for anything, my friend. I love you, and Suzanne loves you too. So yeah, you don't have to apologize. Um, let's see. Now, why is B Adventures number 2? I don't know, Cronus. I told you this thing is weird. This whole scoring system or whatever. I think it's hilarious. I just think it's cannon fodder from Mark Zuckerberg. I don't know why the heck he decided to create it and put it in these chats or live streams or whatever. Don't understand that at all. But it's a running joke. That's what I'm going to continue to use it as, a running joke. LOL. Yeah, Chrono says. Yeah, Larry says, I think it's just kind of a gimmick, yeah, type thing. Yep, it is. It is, Larry. It's just a gimmick. That's all. Don't, none of you should ever have to worry about it. It's not a big deal. Whoever talks more is supposed to be given more of a, points or experience or something. Does it really apply to anything that you do on the rest of YouTube or anything? No, it's just, it just shows that whoever is, okay, what it really does is just shows who's participating more in chats for you, for your channel, for whatever kind of chat you do, like I said, or whatever kind of stream you do, whether it's the webcam, podcast, live stream, whatever. It just keeps track of that. I think it's hilarious. I do. I still think it's funny and crazy. Oh, yeah. Chrono says, oh, yeah. Gimmick is a good word. Yes, it is. Oh, Chrono says, I don't care. It's too funny. Yeah, and Larry's laughing at Kronos. Yeah. Yeah, so Larry, Gorilla did have a good live stream just a couple of hours ago yesterday, because right now for us here it's Wednesday or Wednesday early morning on the 17th of September. And then right now I think Sci-Fi Nation Jay, the other Jay, uh, Jason I call him because I know he as Jason, but anyway, Jay is working right now and he has Jim there and Jim's landscape and everybody else. Cronin says, I don't want to be number 2. And Cronin says, now I have to see the Austin Power movies again. Oh, jeez. Rick and Morty. Oh, jeez. Yeah. I know I don't do it well. Yeah, see? Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Okay. I'm a little tired, so I think I'm gonna stop early here. Though I do appreciate Kronos and Max for being here. Thank you, Larry, my dear brother and friend, for your self adventures. Oh, Larry, make sure you show your channel. Go ahead and Go ahead and write out your link if you can to your channel. Remember, I encourage everybody, even if you have very little or no content, since you are Blue Wrenches with our group, make sure that you show your channel so that people can subscribe to you. You're welcome, my brother. Get some rest. I'm going to chill out and try to go to sleep. It's been a long day. Yeah, I believe it. Chill out, Chronos says. All right, so we've got Chronos and Max. Awesome Larry. We've got Let's see. Who else have we got tonight? I think we had Jeff B came in too. So thank you, Jeff B. And let's see. We also let's see who else came in tonight. A lot of Chronos here. That's cool. Kevin's Theme Park Adventures. Thank you, Kevin. Kevin does a great uh, YouTube channel where he talks about different places he's visited, such as both the Disneyland parks in California, Florida. He's been to Magic Mountain in California. He's been there to Knott's Berry Farm, and I think he's been to San Jose up there with the Great America place there. So yeah, make sure the big park there. So make sure you guys are checking him out. And let's see. Oh God, people in the hallways are going crazy. Okay, Brad Wolf, thank you for being here. Sneak, sneak, hint, hint. Thank you, Brad. PvP, of course, our guy from British Columbia, good brother of ours here in Canada. Thank you, PvP. Thank you. Wonderful Jay Aldridge from Louisiana with him and Leanna. Thank you both for being here for us tonight. Do appreciate that very much. Okay, let's see. Yes, I know. It's nothing. Don't worry about it, Larry. It's just this apartment complex. It's all people are nuts. Kronos says, "You all rock. Later, taters. See you later there, Kronos. Alligator?" Yeah. Somebody is screaming in the background. Yep, I heard them, Larry. Yeah, I used to be a kid, Kronos says. Yeah, I agree. We all used to be kids. And now look at us. I didn't even think I was going to make it this far to 16, to be honest. But I did, thank the Lord. And I did, like I said, the third time was a charm. I managed to find the most wonderful woman in my life, Miss Suzanne. I love her very much. Yeah, I don't know where that screaming's come from. Short of somebody, huh? Duct tape? Duct tape, yes. We need duct tape for out there. Yeah, absolutely. Tie her to a bed or something. I don't know. To the wall. No. We'll just tie her out here to the balcony and let's see if she slips. Oops, I'm sorry. I thought I supported that duct tape tying up there and it slipped out. Sorry about that. Kidding. I'm kidding. Jeez. YouTube overlords, don't strike me for that. Okay. So, my middle name is Nightmare. Well, thank you, Kronos. I'm glad to know you as Kronos, Nightmare, and Max. The Nightmares. Woo! Nice. Okay. So, of course, we always say, haha. Yeah, there you go. And so, as we always say here, Larry says, always be yourself. Thank you, Larry, for that. Thank you for allowing me to use it. Suzanne always says, leave everything in God's hands. I love my baby. Mwah. A great piece of advice. Also, thanks to the Gene Siskel, who used to work for the Chicago Tribune, did the Siskel and Ebert at the movies, Critics Corner, thing like that. And the family allowed me to use his, and now the aisle is closed. So thank you to the Siskel family. He was my favorite nerd. I was never into Roger Ebert. Never. No. Roger Ebert let me down a lot of times. But Siskel was always straightforward and was always there with the right answers, even on movies he critiqued. So I go with Siskel on that one. Of course, I say here, always expect the unexpected in everything. Life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, love, honor, religion. Of course, number one always being God at the very top, and everything is piled down at the bottom. So, yeah, totally. And Larry says, "Good night, Kronos. Good night, my brother. Always be yourself." Thank you, sir. We always will. Kronos says, I gotta be me." Sounds like a song. I gotta be me. Yeah, that. You rock. Be yourself. And Larry says, "You rock as well, Kronos." Yeah, you all rock. Everybody here rocks tonight. So thank you all for being here tonight. Seriously. Okay, so with that, of course, we always say, and of course, a prayer to everybody here in the chat tonight. So for all that, we say amen and amen. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. There we go. Okay, so thank you everyone for coming tonight. And as we always say, thank you, Larry. Peace to you, brother. As we always say, God bless America, God bless Canada, God bless the UK, and all of our dear friends, including Miss Lisa, Travel with Lisa MH. She's happily, safely here in Canada, and hopefully we'll get to see her sometime later on this year, towards the end of the year. And of course, God bless the rest of this wonderful earth of ours. Remember, there is only one like it, so make sure that you take care of it as stewards of it. And also remember, don't ever piss off Mother Nature. And of course, peace. Peace from MikeySuzeFour. So on behalf of my beautiful wife Suzanne and our beautiful furry babies, Moonpie and Deja Vu, we want to say take care all. God bless you all at this time. And please remember, watch yourself as you go out anywhere in this life. Remember, we live in a very dangerous world, and you need to keep an eye out for your surroundings, to watch your back, to watch everything around you, make sure you don't get hurt. So take care, everyone, and we'll see you on the flip side next Monday when we go back and we do 2 more episode reviews on my birthday of the 22nd of September with Get Smart. And we have decided that we will have our webcam stream of my birthday with me, with myself and Suzanne, answering questions from the chat. That's going to be on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And I'm not sure how long we'll go on the webcam stream, but it will be live. And as I said, you can ask us anything you want. So prepare your questions for next Monday. Okay, for next Monday evening. All right, and Kronos gives me the symbol. So hang 10 there, guys. Kronos, Larry, Nanu, Shazbot, says the guy who said he couldn't do a panel. Ha ha ha. No, I can't do a panel. I told you, sir. And hello, welcome there, Mr. J from Michigan. Good to see you, my brother. Yeah, just webcams is all I can do. I just can't go up on any panels, no live streams, anything like that. All I can do is a webcam live. That's pretty much it. But that's all YouTube. That's not StreamYard. That's not Rumble. That's not, Restream.io. Yeah, right. All right, Kronos, and hello to Sci-Fi. Never paneled. Yeah, Kronos has never been on a panel. We're gonna have to remedy that someday. There, my buddy, my brother Jay. Yeah, we're gonna have to remedy that someday, Kronos. We'll get you up there. I need a mic. We'll get a mic. get a cheaper form of a PC, a laptop, which has a microphone built inside it, even if it's crude, and use that one, Kronos. There are a few PCs out there that you can use. Like I said, Suzanne got this for me for a break and a discount, and we pay only a limited amount each month on it. So when that's paid off, I'll get to keep this. This will be mine. So it's a pay as you use it plan. Yeah. So that's what you need, Kronos. If you can find one like that, it's perfect because it's built in. You don't have to attach any other, microphone appendage to it. So, yeah. And Jason, thank you for your show. And thank you again for Rebellious Pastry. Really crazy person, but, great, great friend, as well as Apex Comics. And Daniel's Hot Topics is probably on the same back burner as Jim. I might explain that to you later some other time. Let's see. And of course, Matt Arnold. I feel really bad for him and his friend Bill that he lost. I feel really depressed for him. But hopefully, he will recover and they'll have a good memorial for him. Oh, by the way, if you need to know and you want to pass this to anyone, Jay, the memorial for Charles Kirk is going to be this coming Sunday morning I'm not sure of the time yet, but I know where it's going to be located. It's going to be in Glendale, Arizona. And I believe that Gorilla's Random Thoughts, he's going to do a live stream directly from the memorial that morning. So I may be in the chat for that, for him for that. So my mic is my appendage. LOL. Thanks, Kronos. Thanks. So also let's thank Sci-Fi Nation, Mr. J from Michigania of all parts unknown for being here in the chat too. All right, we are straight about 1 hour. So yeah, if only you could hear my voice. I wish I could, Kronos. I wish I could one day. You never know. We'll get you up there somehow. We'll think about it. We'll try. All right. So take care, everybody. Thank you again. And of course, God bless you all, and we'll see you next time. Thank you. Thank you. Here we go.